If a better cigarette.
It's a vaping device called Juul.
Juul.
It's called juuling.
The Juul has become the fastest e-cigarette product. Business Insider reports the company has grown 621% in the last year and has taken over 32% of the entire e-cigarette market. Good Guys, a local vape shop in Lebanon, Pennsylvania, says the Juul is their hottest item.
I'm an assistant manager here at Good Guy Vapes, and we sell electronic cigarette products, stuff to help you quit smoking, different alternatives. Juul's one of the biggest products that we sell, honestly. It's been around for about 2 years now, and they coming onto the market honestly started a big trend with all the other kind of like smaller pod system all-in-one kind of devices. What's going to happen, this is since this is all-in-one pod-based system, what you're going to do, you have a pod that you will get in a regular kit, or you can buy them separately. You'll pop the pod in here, a light will come on there. There's no button or anything, you're just going to be charging it with this USB. And then you can actually tap it to just look at the battery indicator. So green's going to be good, yellow's going to be, you might as well charge it, and then red will be get to a charger. Honestly, became really popular around last year. We've had it for about 2. We were actually one of the first to get it when it first launched. We had it for about a month, like lowest price and everything, but no one was interested. Last year it blew up. It mostly started blowing up with minors. As soon as they got their hands on them, everybody started coming in and getting these kind of products, and they've been wanting the highest nicotine, which is an issue for us because this is meant for people that are trying to quit smoking, not get started on a new habit. First thing we do, if a minor does come in, if they're under the age of 18, we do card them, and we do have signs located around our building displaying that, and then if they're not of age, then we ask them to leave.
If you walk into any high school bathroom, you will likely see teens are buying Juuls because of their discreet design and lack of smoke.
I Juul because I used to smoke cigarettes, and as a way to get off of those, I bought a Juul, and I have been using my Juul ever since I quit smoking. I have been using a Juul since June of 2017. It's college students and high school students are always posting videos of them using their Juuls, but like I've never seen any advertisements for it, like on TV or like anywhere. I've never seen like, get your Juuls here. Like, I don't know, it's really all social media, so I think that just makes it more popular. Most all of my guy friends have them, maybe like -2, but only like 2 of my girlfriends have them, but they share a Juul. It kind of doesn't make sense to me. I'll just ask one of my friends who are 18 or older if they can meet me wherever, and I'll pay them. They get the pods, they give me the pods, we leave.
Juul Labs say that they will invest $30 million in research and parental education to get them out of teens' hands, but students who are 18 have found ways to sell to minors who can't buy pods themselves.
I do not like selling to minors, to be completely honest with you, but the little assholes always pester me on Snapchat and in person for me to buy them stuff, since I was the only one that was 18 at the time. I go to Sheetz, I whip out my ID, I tell them I want pods, I pay $19.07, I pay $20.07, so I get a full $1 back, and after I pay for it, I meet up with them somewhere or they drive over to meet me. Everybody else was a kid, they had cigarettes or they had pot or, you know, dip and stuff, and now it's something new that comes out and everybody thinks it's okay until eventually they're going to find out it's not. But it's just kind of like the generations before us where they get to try new things and they think it's fun. No, not at all. I could give up Juul by the snap of a finger. It's not that important to me. It's just kind of fun when, you know, you're sitting there doing nothing and you can just, you know, get a head buzz or something, but no, not at all. Snapchat, and that is how the people get a hold of me. They just text me and they say, hey, can you buy me pods? And if I say no, they'll say, oh, why not? And they'll keep going until eventually I say, I'll buy them pods when I get a chance.
Every public school in the United States has some sort of tobacco violation. According to the Pennsylvania General Assembly, the fine for a tobacco violation will be approximately $50 in addition to the school consequence. The increase in Juul usage among high school students has attracted school officers' attention in cracking down on kids juuling on school property.
Juuling has increased significantly from last year. Last year we did not have the amount of issues with juuling that we do now. November of 2017 is when I started seeing a drastic increase, and it's gotten to the point where there are some times where we're dealing with it every day. So a Juul is considered a lighted smoking device, so that falls under the section in the PA Crimes Code of use of tobacco in schools prohibited, and that's a citation that you get from myself or any other school officers, and then there's a fine associated with that. It's becoming popular. The amount of nicotine that's contained in one pod is the equivalent to a pack of cigarettes. So I guess maybe people don't see the whole health risk to it. I mean, it's not regulated, and there are some health considerations with that. Like any other fad, it might. As of right now, the Juul is all over the news right now, nationwide, that it's a big issue that schools are dealing with. So I would honestly say I'm actually dealing more with juuling and tobacco violations on the campus more than I'm dealing with students who are fighting. And I've probably dealt with more fights in the past, if I would take the past couple of years, combine them with the fighting that I've had probably like in the past 2 years, it probably might equal to the amount of tobacco violations I've had just this year alone.
Doctors around the United States are researching vapor devices and their effects. Dr. Mandal is devoted to learning what is in these devices.
I work in the division of pulmonary department of pediatrics, one of the attending physician here, assistant professor, and other than my clinical responsibilities, I do some research, mostly focused on the pulmonary complication of the sickle cell disease. Also, I work with the Department of Public Health on various projects of e-cigarettes, So the cigarettes, like traditional cigarettes, you have to combust. It's a combustible product. That means that smoke comes out, and most of the times the newer e-cigarettes, it's a smokeless product. So that's one of the major difference as far as the functioning of the device versus the regular cigarette. And other than that, there is a lot of difference in terms of the flavor, because with the regular cigarette you don't really have that much of choice, but with the e-cigarette and especially the newer devices, you can change the flavor, you can add on the flavor, you can do a whole lot in a different way with the e-cigarette. Right now, if you think about the different products of the e-cigarette, one of the major complication is the pulmonary. So different types of e-cigarettes has already been reported to cause the lung diseases, including one of the very complicated disease called bronchiolitis obliterans, and also it can cause some upper respiratory effects, mouth ulcer, throat irritation, those kind of things. And also there has been some report on its effect on the cardiovascular and the immune system, but since it is still pretty new in the market, and a lot of prospective studies are needed before we can conclude. What I heard and read a little bit, that it is one of the most popular brand in the market. One of the reason is possibly they are kind of very good with the selling and promoting the different types of flavor that attracts mostly our school going children. And also they have a unique device that kind of looks like a flash drive. So sometimes it's hard for the regulatory bodies to detect it. So yeah, that's one of a part of the problem. At younger children, they like the sweeter flavor. And as the age advances, the preference for the sweeter flavor, sweeter stuff actually decreases. And I do believe that the marketing strategy of these e-cigarette companies, they're utilizing that human nature efficiently. That is why they are trying to promote lots of sweeter flavor, candy sweet flavor, mango flavor, banana flavor, chocolate flavor to attract the kids who never they may not have tried the regular cigarette at all. They may not have liked the tobacco flavor. So this is the sweeter flavor, that's kind of attracting the youth, and that's promoting the youth initiation.